Hello.
Good afternoon, all of you people. Let's begin today. That all people will take care that their mics are muted, and unnecessarily you are not going to unmute yourself so that external noise will be there. So for today's class, in fact, we people have done earlier with comprehension, reading comprehension, and dialogue writing. So it is required to revise or repeat. You people just let me know. And if it is not required, then I'm planning to begin with new unit, last unit. So you people just can take 1 or 2 minutes and let me know whether we should go back and revise and uh, have reading comprehension practice or dialogue writing practice, or should we go for unit number 5, where we people will have some writing practices. So you people reply me. What should be done? Or maybe in a few lectures, maybe 2 or 3 lectures are required, we will close our syllabus. So again, let me know first of all if my voice is audible. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now what I'm asking you people that you people just give me reply. What should we do in today's class? Should we just go back and revise reading comprehension paragraphs, or should we just begin with unit number 5?
Next topic, sir.
Okay, fine. So I consider that this is for all, or this will be opinion of all people from the class, and we people will go to the next topic that will be unit number 5, and we'll talk about this. And if anybody has again any questions regarding maybe dialogue writing or maybe comprehension, so that time also perhaps may come back afterwards also. But in today's class, better we people will just continue with this unit number 5. Okay, so without further wasting of our time, I will just share the screen, and you can just let me know if it is visible. Just 1 minute, I will set the screen. Just 1 minute. Okay, so is it visible that today I'm going to just begin with this? So unit number 5 and writing practices first. Okay, so let's begin with this unit number 5 today. So before starting, I will just like to talk about that how we people communicate in our day-to-day life. So whenever it comes of communication, so we people have to convey a lot when we people we wake up early in the morning from that time to the time when we go to bed. So throughout this day people have a lot of things to share that maybe some things are common, some things that we only know, some things that other people also have an idea, but still we would like to discuss with them, share with them. And so here that communication plays an important role. So we people have to communicate every day, every moment we are communicating. Throughout the day we people are communicating. So it is necessary that we should understand first of all what communication is. Okay, so if you see what is communication, so it is an exchange. Okay, exchange of what? Exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, emotions, etc. So and this exchange is between what? Between two or more than two persons. This is communication. Maybe you have studied or perhaps you know or don't know. So if you are going to pay attention on this, what I have just told you people. So there is always such kind of exchange that is required. Otherwise, we people may not be able to survive or live. If you decide that we should not communicate, or if there is no one that you can share your thoughts and ideas or something like this, so it is going to become difficult for us. So therefore, it is necessary that we people communicate, we people talk whenever it is required, whenever it is necessary. So as I told you, that this is exchange of what? Exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, emotions, etc. So whenever you are happy, a lot of happy, or maybe angry, sometimes you are sad or having sorrow. So that time it needs to be communicated, and if you want to communicate, you are going to communicate through the this communication. So communication is an important aspect of we people, of human beings, and this exchange has to be between two or more than two people. So that is very important. It is not only I can speak now here in this class, I'm speaking alone, but here you people are there, so that is making it meaningful. Otherwise, if simply I am alone speaking, so that will not be communication. If there is no one to listen me, it will not be communication. So minimum two persons are required. One is speaker, another is listener. Okay, so this point also people have to just keep into mind. Then let's see that there are certain types of communication also. So therefore, it is necessary that we will just think that which types we people are expected to learn. So there are a lot of types, but out of this, I just only discuss here two only. So better I would like to just see that these two types are maybe first of all communication. This communication is major category verbal communication. Okay, and this another one is non-verbal communication. Okay, so in verbal communication we people will talk about the exchange or communication that we people do with the help of words. So what is verbal communication? The communication in which we people use words. Okay, so this may be in any form. Okay, maybe right now I'm communicating with you people. Right now I'm talking to you people. So how am I communicating it? I'm communicating with the help of words. So this is called verbal communication. So where words are used to express these uh, emotions, feelings, etc. Okay. So again, if you think about this verbal communication is classified or divided into two types. And these two types are, first one again, you'll come to know here, it is oral communication. And another one, it is written communication. Okay. Now these are very simple. So what will be oral communication? Where the words are used in which form? Spoken form. So in that case, we will call it oral communication. So our unit number 3, it was oral communication. Okay. So what was that in unit number 3? In unit number 3, there was 3.1, which was about situational conversations. So you people are expected to think of situation and you people are expected to talk. Okay. So that was in oral communication where people are using words in spoken or by speaking. So similarly, if this is written communication, we'll come to know we people are going to use words in which format? Written format. So that is simply written communication. So what do you think? Which is important? Which is required? So whenever we want to lead our life, in our life, maybe day-to-day life, personal life or professional life, you people will tell me whether which one is important, oral communication or written communication. Answer me. Which communication is more important? This is simple what I'm just asking.
Written communication.
Written communication. Okay. Anyone?
Communication, sir.
So I'm asking you that in all, maybe your personal life, maybe professional, or sometimes in day-to-day life also. So when we think that it is necessary, so we express our thoughts and ideas. So as far as your personal life is concerned, in your personal life, you'll come to know that written communication has no any place. All you just communicating in spoken, in oral communication. You can imagine your day-to-day life. So you're not requested, if you're hungry, you're not going to write down it on paper and send it to your mother. So then she will offer you food. No, it is not like that. Or maybe if you think that apart from day-to-day life, in a professional life also, you're not expected to write down everything. So maybe if you're going to job and you're working there for 8 to 10 hours, so not you're spending all time in written communication. Okay. So therefore, we cannot just view that one is important, another is not important at all. So we would like to just give equal weightage for oral communication and written communication, but we spend maximum time in oral communication rather than written. So written is required whenever you are doing some formal and maybe important document is there. So in that case only people are going to just use written communication. Otherwise, people are going to just use oral communication all time. So that is about oral communication. And here are some important points or factors that I would like to just focus if you want to improve your oral communication or if you want to improve your spoken English, in case of English, because another important aspect is of language. So which language you people are going to use so that it is going to be normal for you. Okay, so in case of spoken, the people have to pay attention to the words that you people are going to choose. Then you people have to pay attention to the tone. So tone means that rising tone, falling tone that you people have to take care. Apart from that, you people have to pay attention to the pronunciation of the words. Okay, that you people have to think of. Apart from that, voice modulation. Voice modulation means change in pitch. So you are just changing your voice, taking it high level, low level. So that is modulation, voice modulation. So that your people have to pay attention when you people are using it for oral communication. Apart from this, I'm talking about now English oral communication. So when it comes of English oral communication, many of the people, they're not still confident, and though they may be getting some input, but still they're not confident about this. If I ask you people can communicate in your mother tongue, you people will be very happy and you'll communicate simply. But if I ask you that you people have to communicate in English, that time perhaps you may become nervous and you may not be open your mouth or having expressing your thoughts and ideas. So you will never speak. So rather than you people have to think of the future, maybe after 3 years, 4 years, what will be and what you are expected to do. You're expected to use English only, where whatever maybe you are from civil, mechanical, or CSC or EMTC, whatever your branch may be electrical. But here you are expected to just prepare yourself in such a way that you are in such a position. You can speak English, you can write English, so that English will not be your drawback. It will not be your just weak point, that because of this English communication, maybe oral or written, you people are not getting opportunities. So therefore, you people take care. I'm not teaching from the perspective of only exam, or not only from getting marks, not only from getting chapter tests or ISC tests. No, I just wanted to be people aware about this English communication, and every day you do some work to improve your communication, maybe in oral or written format, and then keep it improving. So that is what I would like to suggest. So next point is that what written communication, or today's unit, it is about writing practices. We people would like to discuss this. So in written communication, what is expected? The people have to pay attention to the spelling. Spelling of words, you people have to be accurate. You should not make some spelling mistakes there. And apart from that, you people have to think of the grammar. If you have to use it correctly. Apart from that, you people have to use punctuation marks. If you are not using punctuation marks correctly, the meaning can be here and there. So there is necessary that you people have to use punctuation marks accurately, and the people will take care of everything that will be written. Words here also, vocabulary plays important role. Okay, so that was all about written communication, and you pay attention to improve your written communication. So let's go to the next. Apart from this, so if you understood that what verbal communication is, so who will tell me what is non-verbal communication? Answer me. What is non-verbal communication? Anyone? If you understand what verbal is, where I have just given, it is with the help of words, with the help of language, that what we communicate. This is verbal communication. Okay. So non-verbal. What will be non-verbal? Answer me. It is very simple.
Transmission of messages.
Okay, transmission of messages, that will be non-verbal communication. So here also we are transmitting our message, but here we are transmitting it with the help of words and language. So transmitting of message, that will be communication, but non-verbal communication.
Facial expressions or the eye contact.
Yes, now you people are right. Pranali also saying that here we people are going to use other means, not words or language. Here we are using words and language, but here we are not going to use any words. Here we are not going to use language. So what we are going to use then? And is it possible to communicate without using words or language? Yes, it is possible. How to communicate then with this? So here you people told me rightly, when you like to express yourself, you can express lots of feelings with the help of your facial expression. So you can simply communicate a lot of when you have a smile on your face, or you show your face. When you're angry, your eyes talk a lot, or when your people are just face lots of different emotional turmoil. So that time also your face speaks a lot, and the people can read faces. So you'll come to know that what exactly you want to talk. Or sometimes I wanted to call someone here. So it is not necessary I have to just see come here. Instead of that, I can just use my hand and I can just call somebody here like this. Or suppose that what am I'm teaching you people, and if I ask you, do you understand? You can simply nod your heads. Now, in this case, you are not face to face. But if you simply nod your head, you'll come to know that you're understanding. And suppose that you want to say that you don't understand, simply if you're nodding your head like this, then you're indicating that you're not understanding. Or if you're understanding, you're if nodding your head from up and down, it will also indicate some other meaning. Or maybe you people can use thumbs up sign. So if this thumbs up sign, you people are going to show someone, again its meaning will be different. Or these days popularly people are showing V sign also. Sometimes when you show V sign, it stands for maybe you're winning something, victorious or happy moment, something like this. So there are lots of such signs and symbols and facial expressions and charts and maps and pictures that we people use to convey lots of meanings. For example, you can take example of traffic signals. So if you have observed traffic signals, have you seen that is there any person standing over there who will tell that now the yellow light is uh, glowing, so you people should watch? Or if now there is a green light, so you people now go. Or if there is a red light, that you people have to stop. So there is no any person who can just give instructions. Okay, just hold for 1 minute.
Tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., extra lecture of E division of the
Okay, so all you people pay attention that here you people have one message from Khedkar sir, and his message is that tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Yes, in the morning there will be lecture of BCB 2. 2. So this is for all you people too.
in spite of that festival Gudi Padwa.
In spite of you have holiday or Gudi Padwa, in the morning you can just complete your all celebration of everything. At 9:30 you just be ready for his lecture. That was instruction from Ketkar sir. Instruction is over now, and we people will come back to our point. So I was talking about this non-verbal communication, how it is important that without words also we people can communicate. So that is another part. Actually, I'm not going into much details about this. So our major point of today's topic is about written communication, written practice. So in our professional life, we people are expected. I'm again saying that in our professional life, in personal life, not required to write anything. Maybe at home or in outside or society also. But at the workplace, you are expected to write. Number of documents are there. Number of maybe situations are there that you people have to go through in this written communication. And these situations and these some of the topics that today we people are going to discuss about. And let's start. So I will make this clear, whatever is there on the screen, and you people will just start with this unit number 5. Is it audible? आवाज आ रही है सभी को?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, fine. So in unit number 5, what we people are going to learn, first of all, we people are going to talk about these business letters. So what are business letters that we people are going to discuss here, what business letters are. Then here we people are going to talk about that how people can write down such business letters. And here Bloom's taxonomy, you don't just pay attention for this Bloom's taxonomy. Here what you are expected to do, you people have to understand, you people have to apply whatever you understood, and you people have to create. It means that first of all understand what business letters are, then you people try to write down business letters, and then you people just create some situations and use such business letters in your uh, professional life, I would like to say. Then next 5.2, this is email communication. So these days in today's world, everything because of this revolution in the internet and computer, it has become possible that within fraction of few seconds, I can send these letters to receivers inbox within short span of time. That is what I like to say. Because in older times there was post, and if I just post a letter today, and maybe depending upon the distance and maybe about the weather and maybe also many factors were affecting. So possibility was that after 1 week you may reach my letter, or depending upon the distance also, sometimes it took 1 month also. So it was a time consuming, and maybe energy and money also was wasted in such things. But today, because of this revolution of internet and computer, we people can use email, and within a few seconds I can send huge loads of data to one person to another person. Okay, so this is the benefit and advantages of email communication that we people will be discussing. So as you people right now also people are using emails, but how you will use emails for professional written communication. Suppose that you started working with organizations, so that time it is expected that you people have to send mails and you are going to receive mails also. So how to compose mail and what are the some formalities that you people are expected to complete while composing an email, how to write effective email. So that all things we will be discussing here. Then last one, 5.3, in this we will going to talk about paragraph writing and essay writing. So in paragraph writing, you will expected that on given topic you should develop minimum maybe 120 words or 300 words about you people have to write paragraph and essay, and what steps you are expected to take while writing paragraphs, etc. That all you people will talk about. Okay, so let's begin with this content. And here 5.1, it says that writing business letters. So let's see what this is about. Okay, so first of all, we try to understand concept of these business letters or concept of business, and then business letters. So what is business? First of all, you come to know business is the exchange of products and services on the basis of money. So whenever you people think of business, some you people might have heard about, some people say that they wanted to do business, they are going to start business, they are going to become entrepreneurs, or they are going to start their own adventure. These are some of the words which are used to talk about business. So what is business? Business is the exchange. Exchange of what? This is exchange of products. That, for example, you are using mobile, you are using notebook, you are using pen. So what are these mobile, notebook, pen? These are products, and you are taking it from the market. So this is exchange of products and services. Not only products we use, but we use some services also. For example, that recharge. You do recharge to your mobile. What is this? This is service. You go into the bank and you deposit money, withdraw money, transfer money. So what is this? This is service. You go to the hotel and you just have a nice dinner. What is this? This is service. People are just using computer internet. This is also service. So this is exchange of products or service on the basis of money. So in that, in return, what do you give? Suppose that you buy mobile, in return you give money, or if you sell some service, you receive money. So on the basis of money, you just get something and you just give something. So business is nothing but give and take. Give and take of what? Give and take of product and service and money. So in business, there are two parties majorly. So which are these two parties? These two parties are supplier, producer, or provider. So it can be anyone. Producer is the person who produces some products or services, or supplies or provides. And another party is that customer or consumer. So customer is someone who uses some products. Consumer is the person who uses some services. Okay, so these are two parties in a business. Anywhere if you go, minimum two parties are there. That one is supplier, producer, provider, and another would be customer or consumer. And these two parties, when roll number 13, Rutuja, what are you doing? Rutuja. So maybe you want to write on the screen. If you want to write, don't write. Or if you want to write, you can write now, because I have disabled from my end. So now you cannot do anything. So in fact, I have kept it maybe open for the people, but sometimes out of curiosity, it may not be deliberately, but curiosity, what is there, what to do. So it may be there is sign of pen. So let's click on it. Let's see what pencil comes, what color comes, and then scratch on the screen. Only curiosity, let it be. But now you are not able to do like this. It includes different types of letters, such as, so we people are talking about business letters, and there are some purposes also, that business is not the only thing that once you start a business, then you don't need anything. It is not the case. You are expected to produce and give and provide raw material is required. So many things are there in a business. So based on these, you people are expected to communicate and have business or transactions with other people, other companies also. And for that, there are some specific reasons, specific purposes, and to fulfill these purposes, people write letters, and those letters are called business letters, or this is called business correspondence also. Okay, so it includes different types of letters. Okay, and which are these different types of letters? People can see them on the screen. First, it is inquiry letter. So what is inquiry letter? Its name itself suggests. So when you write such inquiry letter, what you people will do? You people will inquire. Suppose, for example, that in your company or in it's all right. In your company or maybe in your business, you require some furniture. It requires some computers. It requires some maybe whatever raw material is required, and you want to just borrow it from some other party, other company, other nation, other state, or maybe from anywhere. So what you are going to, you're not going to buy directly. So what you will do first of all, you will do inquiry. So inquiry means you want to know that what is this maybe product is about, or what is its price, its maybe company, its durability, its a size, its a shape, its color, and so many things you people will inquire. So inquiring about these things will be called inquiry letter. So you people will write inquiry letter, sending them or asking them details about their products. Okay, so that will be inquiry letter. Then next type of letter is quotation letter. So what will be this quotation letter? When you heard about this quotation, perhaps आपने ये सुना होगा कभी तो आप कोई फोर व्हीलर या टू व्हीलर लेने जा रहे हो तो पहले आप क्या लेते हो कोटेशन लेते हो कोई अब जो भी कोई में भी शोरूम होता है तो वहाँ पर जाके आपको पहले कोटेशन लेना पड़ता है सो आप क्या करते हो वो आप कौन सा प्रोडक्ट है उसके फीचर्स क्या है सो उसके में भी डीजल है पेट्रोल है या है वो है सो उसका प्राइस कितना जाता है आप कितना पेमेंट कर रहे हो आपका बाकी वो इंस्टॉलमेंट में कैसे लोन कैसे कर रहे हो ये सब कुछ आप जान लेते हो और आप शुरू से लेके अंत तक में आपको कितना पैसा देना पड़ेगा so that all you calculate this calculation will be in the form of quotation so quotation letter if you are asking detail about price so that will be quotation letter and then next is order letter suppose that once you fulfill that what are these maybe needs and requirements and everything price and time of delivery mode of delivery and everything you people are getting and everything is convenient for you prices within your reach so at that time you think that why should not I buy this why should not I this order so that in that case what you are going to do you are going to place an order so the letter that you are going to write for placing an order that will be called order letter and then next one suppose that you ordered computers so you ordered 10 computers okay and once you ordered 10 computers you received only 9 computers out of that so what happened in this case one computer is missing so will you accept this order no you are going to write complaint that I have ordered 10 computers from this and out of that I have received only 9 so here I found that one computer is missing so you have to compensate it. So this kind of letter will be called compensation letter or complaint letter in fact where you are asking for compensation. Or maybe sometimes what happens that you received 10 computers, you ordered 10 and you received 10 but the one computer is not working properly. So it has faulty, it has some defects. So in that case also you are going to ask for compensation through complaint letters or maybe sometimes it is damaged it may be missing or whatever it may be problem is there okay so in that case you are going to write complaint letter okay and so for these different types of letters you people have to be familiar with and these letters are having a logical chain of these business letters so logical chain is what so what we'll do first of all nobody's going to write down complaint letter nobody's going to place an order letter first of all you people have to just place an order. So sequentially, you people are going to place an order. Then, if it is required, you are going to ask for quotation. And once then you people got its quotation, people are going to place an order, and next if it is you got faulty, damaged or something, so in that case what you are going to do, in that case you are going to write complaint. If you received as per your order, in that case there is no need to write complaint later, it is not necessary. But if you receive some here and there or some faulty, damaged material, in that case the people will write complaint later. So that's why there is logical sequence, logical chain of all these business letters, and all of the above letters are drafted on the letterheads of the concerned organization or company. So here also the people will try to understand that what the letterhead means. So perhaps you might have heard about this word letterhead. So what is letterhead? Letterhead is nothing but the printed name and address of the company which is going to write the letter. So that is called letterhead. For example, this is XYZ company, and the manager of XYZ company is going to write a letter to another ABC company. So in that case, the paper on which the name of XYZ company, their address, their contact details, everything is already in printed form. So these pages are used to write letters. So that will be called letterheads. Okay. So every company, every organizations, they have their own letterheads. So let's see here, we people will talk about this layout, or you can say format of business letter. How should be this format of business letter? Okay. So is it audible? Are you paying attention? Is it okay? Or you are not understanding anything, or it is difficult to get me? It will be better if someone replies. So that I will think that I have to continue. Otherwise, simply I think that only I alone speak and there are no listeners if you are not giving any kind of feedback. So say something, yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Ah, okay, fine. So all right, in short, we people will discuss this format. So first of all, there is sender's address. So sender's address, just we people have talked about letterhead. Okay, so letterhead and sender's address is the same. No need to write down separately sender's address. Perhaps many people might have studied about letters in 12th standard or 10th standard. So usually there was sender's address, and we people were used to write it with hand, or manually we people used to write. But because of this letterhead, the people are not expected to write down sender's address. So sender's address is already there. So this is in the form of letterhead. Okay. Then next we people will talk about date. Okay. So now date, before date, in fact, there is some outward number these days. You will find that these days there is outward number, something like this. Suppose that if it is any company, then some initial of company like this, maybe A, B, C. Then there is slash, and then maybe there is year 2021, then slash, and there may be department. For the example, it is CSC or something like this. People can get it. Or outward number, maybe this is 22nd case. So this is something like outward numbers there, and this outward number is towards the left hand side of the page, and then you'll come to know that towards the right hand side there is date, usually like this. So very important is that people have to mention a date on your letter. If you are not going to mention date, that letter will not have any meaning to the receiver. Okay, so therefore date is important, and you'll come to know that date is mentioned in different formats also. Usually what we people just use date format, so we'll think of today's date. So if it is today, that is 12, then a number of month, that is fourth number month, and year 2021. So it is called DDMMYY format. So what is DDMMYY format? That date, month, and then year. This is sequence. But if you think that in British and in American there is difference. So whatever people have mentioned that this is British, but in American or mostly you'll find that on computers that this format of date is different. First of all, these people will mention month, and then the people will just mention date, that is 12, and then there will be year, something like this. You'll find, but you follow one format which is most convenient for you. So don't follow this format because this will confuse to you and other people also, because people will think that this 4 is a date and 12 is month, but if they are not familiar with this format, then or another a better way that people can also use that 12th, and then they write down in words the name of month like April and then year 2021 also. Okay, so out of these three, you find that most suitable and which is used all over in India also, that we follow this, we prefer this. So don't go for this, or if you like, you can go for this also. Apart from that, you'll come to know that this separator of date, sometimes instead of slash, people use dash also. So instead of this, people use like dash also, or instead of this, some people use dot also, but recommendable is that don't use dot. Okay, so better that you use slash. So this is date that the people have to do. Then next is inside address. Now let's talk about this. What is inside address? So inside address is nothing but the address of the person to whom we are going to write later, or in short, receiver's address. So that will be inside address. So here what you are going to mention? You are going to mention the name of that person if you know. If you don't know, in that case, what you are going to do? You are going to mention. So usually it is like this: to whom आप किसको लेटर लिख रहे हो, वो प्रति जिसको हम बोलते हैं. So to अगर आपको नाम पता है, then you can use it. If you don't know, then you people have to write down the designation. For example, the manager, okay, or the principal, the CEO, the MD, or the whatever it may be. Then you are going to write down name of the company, like maybe it is XYZ company, and maybe it is private limited, public limited, whatever it may be that you are going to mention. Then below that there will be address of this company. And in short, you people are going to write down this address here. So that is called inside address. Okay. Then next point, this is about attention line. So what is this attention line? Attention line is nothing but maybe we call it subject. So that subject attracts the attention of the reader, receivers. So therefore it is called attention line. And usually it is short. It may be of one sentence or two sentences. So therefore it is called attention line. So in short, we have to mention that what this letter is about, whether it is inquiry letter, inquiry about this. If it is order letter, order about this. If it is complaint letter, complaint about this. That if people have to mention in this attention line. Then next we are going to talk about salutation. So what is salutation? Salutation जिससे आप अभिवादन करते हो लोगों को जब भी आप मिलते तो what people use. So usually in formal situations you can use respected sir. If you know that you're writing letter to male coworker, then it will be respected sir. If you are writing then letter to the female, then people have to use madam. And if you don't know, in that case you can use oblique sir or madam. Okay, and these days you'll come to know not only respected but dear sir and madam, this is also used. So that can be okay. Sometimes you come to know instead of just using respected or dear, only sir you will find, or only madam you will find. So this is also some of the situations that the people will come across. So that is called salutation. Then next point, this is body of the letter. So when you think of body of the letter, what do you understand by this? Now, actual letter that you people have to write down. So minimum 2 to 3 paragraphs should be there. First paragraph again is about your subject line or attention line, what you're going to mention. So the same you people are going to continue in short 1 to 2 or 3 lines. Then you're going to give details of it, whatever you are mentioning, and closing line. So maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs you people are expected to develop in body or content of the letter. And then next point number 7, this is complementary clause. So when we are going to talk about complementary clause, so what is this complementary clause? Where we end our letter by saying yours faithfully, okay, and then you mention your whatever your name, something like this. This is called complementary clause. Maybe apart from yours faithfully, what other complementary clause sentences will people use? You people answer me. Yours faithfully की इसके अलावा और कौन से कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री क्लोज यूज करते हैं? आंसर मी.
Yours sincerely.
Yours sincerely is there, yours truly is there, okay, or truly yours also. Sometimes you find like this. So that is called complementary clause, and you people are going to write it, your initial, your name, your designation, what you are doing. Maybe you are sales manager, purchase manager, what you are, maybe production manager, something like this. And then next comes signature. So here there is a space between that what you mentioned complementary clause and your initial. Between there is space that you people have to provide where you people have to sign. Okay, so these days people are signing documents digitally also. So you can sign documents digitally as well as you can sign manually also. And then last point of this today's lecture also, that will be enclosures. So what is enclosure? Enclosure is nothing but this is called attachments. So with this letter, what you are going to attach, that is called enclosures. So maybe you are going to attach the quotation file or quotation letter, or earlier what the communication people have done, or for reference you are going to add documents 1-2 pages. So that you are going to attach, or Xerox copies of documents like Aadhaar card, PAN card, or something like this. So in that case, these will be in enclosures. Okay, so that was the layout of this business letters. So in next lecture, we people will just discuss 1 or 2 examples of such business letters, and then we will close our syllabus. Okay, so all the people just take note of it. Today that much is here. So before closing, we people will take attendance, absent numbers, questions, and then we will stop here. So let me know if roll number 8, are you there? Roll number 8 is absent. Then roll number 16, 18, 19, 25, 28, 31, 32, 36, 43, 45, 54, 59, 64, 69. So these are absent numbers for today's class. If anybody is present out of these numbers, you people just let me know. Once again, I will announce that roll number 8, roll number 16, 18, 19, 25, 28, 31, 32, 36, 43, 45, 54, 59, 64, 69. All right, means all other are present. So with this, I will make this clear on the screen. And should we stop here today? Yes, Vikas. Is there any question? Because if you're saying something, I could not get your voice. I'm not able to listen you, Vikas. Is there anything that you would like to discuss, Vikas? Roll number 68. Okay, all right. So I will end this meeting for everyone. Thank you for joining today.
हॅलो
Yes, Uday Sagar.
सर डेट जे आहे ना ते तुम्ही लेटर मध्ये सांगितलेली ते महिन्याचं जे आहे ना ते नंबर मध्ये लिहायचं का मार्च जानेवारीचं काय तर लिहायचं
In case of computer format, it is always in like this. The computer format जो देखा आपने, तो आपको ऐसा दिखेगा कि पहले वो month आता है, तो बाद में उसके date आता है. So not always in written format like this 12th April or April 12th ऐसा भी नहीं होता है. So lot many times we get confused of this British style of writing date. This is used in British. Maybe no, it is used in American, not in British. American style of date is like this. First of all, they will write down month, then date, and then year.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. So I am going to end this meeting for everyone.